Good evening. Good evening.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
everybody. How y'all doing out there? Thanks for joining us this evening.
Guys.
Wow, this looks pretty good. Huh?
Hey.
I'm on camera.
You know what? I'm gonna hurt you. Hey, everybody.
Hey. Hey, we're the Lovebirds, Darlene and William Bird, as you guys already know. It's so great to see you guys out there. Well, not actually see you guys, but we know you're out there. So we just want to say hello and
welcome to
welcome.
Conversations with the Lovebirds.
Absolutely.
We are so happy to be here. I'm Darlene Bird.
And I'm William Bird.
Yeah, and we are affectionately known as the Lovebirds.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we didn't give ourselves that name, did we? We were given that name.
No, we did not.
By you all, by the people. And there's kind of a fight over who said it first, but we embrace it.
Yes,
and we embrace it because it goes with the mission that God has given us. But we're the Lovebirds. We are authors of this wonderful book called The Lovebird Story, How the Class Clown and the Class President Developed an Extraordinary Love. It's a tale of what God can do with two totally opposite people.
Absolutely.
When we kind of yield ourselves to Him and to ourselves and our self-growth and development. So happy to share that as a part of our journey. We're an open book.
Yep.
We are also life coaches. We love people. We love improvement. We've done the work to get those certifications to help people on their journey towards being the best person that they can be. We're small business owners. And what else? We love people.
And
we love love.
Absolutely.
Lovers of people and lovers of love. Yep.
Still working in the workforce. Darlene, of course, works corporately for Cigna still. And we just, we're focusing on just, leading ourselves and influencing others to be the best persons and best people that they can possibly be.
So we want to thank Feel Good Talk Radio
Absolutely.
For giving us the opportunity to kind of share a little bit of our journey. A little bit of
Dickinson, for real. Shout out to my man, the first one to bring me on board.
Good people.
Great people. Absolutely.
Good people. So we want to thank you guys for that. We want to thank you guys for joining in, for your love and support of the Lovebirds, and just the support that in everything that we've done. I mean, and we
want to thank God.
We want to thank our Heavenly Father for trusting us even with each other as gifts to each other. So and thank you for the support of the Lovebirds in the book. We sold about 400 copies in about 8 months or so. So, I mean, thank you.
Yes, so thank you for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and for all of those who encouraged us, you guys have to write that story. So we thank you for that as well. So Wednesday nights at 8:30, you can tune in for Conversations in Lovebirds, and you can expect, what can expect, baby?
Well, we're going to share some of our core values, some of the core values that got us to where we are and how we became the Lovebirds. Affectionately known as the Lovebirds. We're going to share tips and strategies on how to improve your relationship, possibly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Just because we have a great relationship doesn't mean that we can teach someone how to have a great relationship. But we can share some of the strategies, some of the practices, some of the routines we go through that kind of propelled us to where we are as a husband and wife.
Absolutely.
As and growing ourselves as people. So we hope that what we can bring to the table will propel you and ignite some of the fires in some of the relationships that were as much needed.
So we'll do that. We're open. We're willing to share what we've done, what we think that might help others. We realize every relationship is different and people are in different places. So take what you can and try to apply it. But no matter where you are, we can always get better, right? We can always improve, and we'll share some of the things that we do, that we intentionally do, and some of the things that even unintentionally that we put in place as we walk through this journey that they ended up building a solid foundation for us. At the start of our little funny marriage. Our story's really funny. It is funny. I was like, no way. We're way too different. Listen, I don't have any time to waste. This right here, I could tell you it's not going to work.
She didn't have to waste any time.
And we were married in 8 months. So, so God saw something different. But anyway, we're going to talk about healthy relationships and share all we can about health, because it's all about health for us. We didn't have to get married, but if we were going to get married, we're going to do all that we can to make sure that we have the best marriage. So there were some things that we put in place to kind of make sure that we were walk in the right path, that we were taking out things that didn't need to be there, that we were doing those checkpoints. We were making those changes and those tweaks along the way. We were recognizing when something was a little pinch, and we needed to talk about it. Effective things. So we're going to talk about healthy relationships, and we're just going to can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I'm going to start with a question, and we'll probably do this each week, kind of have a question of the week. And so, Hun, my question would be,
yes, ma'am.
What do you think are some of the most important things that you can do to establish healthy relationships? What are some of the most important things that a person can do to establish a healthy relationship, or if they want to make sure they're maintaining a healthy relationship? What's important? What would be like at the top? What would you say?
Wow, that's a big question.
I know, it's a big one.
I mean, you can do a whole lot of things. For some people, it will be some different stuff. Some,
Yeah.
I think the very first thing to me, when entering into a relationship, is that honesty factor. That honesty, being honest with yourself and being honest with the other person about who you are, what you are. What you want out of the relationship. I think addressing that one quality right there kind of encompasses,
honesty is big. Honesty kind of bubbles to the top, because a lot of things get stacked on top of honesty, and if that honesty is not there, it breaks down some other things. But I would say, we were very honest.
Very, very honest.
Very honest.
I didn't know I was so honest. I knew for sure that this was going to blow up in my face.
But but I'm glad you were honest about it.
Yes.
Because I knew what I was getting.
Yes.
And I could say, you didn't do that. No, you didn't. Really?
Yeah.
How many times? Who many? What? You did what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I rather
But in that honesty,
but I rather you tell me that you're being surprised by it, or you hiding behind it. For me to uncover it later and well, who is this person really? So I really appreciate the honesty. And that's foundational.
Some of the honesty came secondhand too, because in those first phases of us coming together, I made some promises. So what about the promise parts that I made that you didn't see? How could I be honest with you about some of the promises I was making to you?
That's true.
How did you get over that?
Yeah, I was like, you just talk a whole bunch of talk, buddy. You talking that talk, and you gotta talk that talk. But you were consistent though. So, because I'm the kind of person, you can say whatever you want to say, but listen, my middle name needs to be Fruit Inspector, because I'm looking for the fruit, and I'm looking for you meaning what you said, and your actions. You can really, you don't even have to talk. I'm just gonna watch your actions and your behaviors and your consistency. But that honesty part, just really who you are and who you're not, and at this age and stage of the game for a lot of us, who you are.
Yep.
You know who you are not. You know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. You know what you can put up with and what you can't. So just those honest, and I remember saying to you, listen, if you're not finished doing A, B, C, and D, hey, just be honest about it. You're not finished. You want to do those things.
So that steps into that second thing.
Hold on. Okay. But all I could do was be totally honest about
what you want.
What I will allow in my life and what I won't. Just, and not to kind of knock anybody or shake anybody, but you got to be honest. If you're not finished being single, or not finished with the party life, or and we party a lot, but we party a lot. But if you're not finished doing some of those things that you really do want to do, some of that single stuff, you're not. You need to be really honest with that. When you're trying to do. It takes in
a lot of self-assessment, some self-reflection, answering those hard questions about yourself. Is this what I really want? What am I actually trying to seek? I have some ulterior motive behind
self-reflection.
Self-reflection. I got you.
Certain things make antennas go bing, bing, bing. Self-reflect, guys, girls, you need to take a good hard look at yourself.
Absolutely.
And, the good, the bad, the ugly. Listen, I got this little thing about me, it's part of the honesty.
That what your morals, what
Yeah,
your standards are.
my standards are here.
Are they high enough? Are they?
Yeah, that self-reflection piece, because people can tell you whatever they want to tell you about you, but it's really at the end of the day, do you believe it? What do you believe about yourself? Or if you're dismissive of what somebody's trying to tell you,
right?
Like, you can't tell them nothing, Or guess what? This is the part that I don't like when people say, "Well, you know what? It's just who I am. And that's just the way it is." And you just gotta accept it.
Change.
Listen, be honest about that. But I mean, why just be who you are when you can be better?
Absolutely. That's what we always strive for.
Why just be
a better version
of
ourselves?
But it's how you are. Is not conducive to healthy relationships and sharing and honesty and caring enough about the other person to adjust those things. Then that's
that selfishness, the pride.
Yeah.
You have to release some of those things in seeking a healthy relationship. You have to, you have to be willing to sacrifice the I for we. Yeah. And I think that's very, very important. That sacrificing yourself to become an us.
And that being honest also about what you want out of relationships. That gets into, like, we've talked to some people, they may have unrealistic expectations in their own mind about how this relationship would work or who's going to do what. Yeah. And you have to be honest about those paradigms that you hold fast to. It's like it's part of being honest, and it's part of the self-reflection. Being honest about those types of things. Yes. Yeah. You guys following with us, Chuck? Are there any questions or comments?
I'm over here. I see a whole. Hey, everybody!
You see
them? Yeah. Well, I'm over here. You good over there? I'm over here.
Hey there, Amy.
Amy Louise. Hey, that's one of our very good church family friends. Yes.
Yep.
Kendra and Izzy, everybody. Hey.
Hey, everybody on the team.
Chuck, thank you so much, man.
Baby, we just came out the gate like the fire.
I've been waiting to do this for so long.
Y'all getting the all day flood.
Listen, this is a true story. I told my wife, and I have some lost footage. I told my wife at one time, I was going to make her a Real Housewife of Atlanta. Now, she took it like we was going to be doing her, because I was, of course, back in my days back then. But my real focus and my real passion was that people would see us and what we had and what we were doing. It would be, it would be, people would want that. They would want, people are searching for love all the time. They're looking for, to be the best person they can be, I mean, even, throughout this journey, it's been amazing, just becoming the LoveByrds in itself.
Becoming the LoveByrds.
Becoming the LoveByrds. I'm so amazed behind the fact that whenever anybody ever speaks about us, it's never Billy or it's Darlene. It's always the LoveByrds. Did you see what they always speak of us? And we kind of spoke this into, because we wanted to emulate what was good and wholesome and
I thought of two things. One was the beach.
Okay, the beach thing. Yes, becoming the LoveByrds for Tammy. Yes.
Becoming the LoveByrds.
Yes, the beach thing. The beach thing was good. Don't say it though.
All right, it's in the LoveByrd story, but
yeah,
you'll see. Okay. I would not give my husband even a chance. Like, listen, I have no time to waste. I'm free finally. After 27 years, I've been married since a kid. I'm good. So he was like, "You're not even gonna give me a chance." I said, "You know what? You got 1 hour, because we can get this done in an hour." So he started coming to get me every day. Like, he came, "I'm here for my hour. Let's go. Get in the car. Fasten your seatbelt." Okay. The next day, "I'm here for my hour. Let's go." I'm here for my hour. Like, this, is he crazy? Like, he did not understand that 1 hour was like one day. So this went on for about 5 weeks.
I really thought she meant I had an hour a day kind of like thing. I really did. She says,
Oh my gosh. So So
I didn't
so
really think that.
one
I just
one
took
early morning,
advantage of that.
you know, it came from you listening too, because
Absolutely.
I said, you know what, the summer is over. I love the beach. I have not been to the beach all summer. No sand in my toes. I kind of missed that. It's like September.
I'm getting
It's
off topic,
September.
but I'm gonna
We
let you
are
go with
getting
this
off
one.
topic.
I'm gonna let you get this. I was gonna cut you off.
But you know, it was taking me to Mission. So you
Oh,
came and picked
taking me
me
to
up
Mission.
early,
Okay, good.
and knowing what you
Mission.
want.
Mission.
And so you picked me up early on Saturday morning, like, why is he at my door? What? Come on, let's go. You know, I'm gonna take you. He was so quiet on the drive, and normally I don't know what's in and of itself for me is different. Me to give up the reins, I'm getting in the car. You got the plan. I don't know the plan. I don't know the time, the place, what to wear. You know how we can be. He drove. It's like 3 hours. Pulls up on the sand in Savannah and says, "Put your toes in the sand." And took me out to the water and said some things in the water. And this is pointing back to the whole,
very powerful
to the whole housewife thing, what you wanted the world to see. So what did you say when you got in the water?
I'm not going in that part right now.
You're not gonna do it?
No, I'm not going in that part right now because you told me not to get off topic.
Y'all have to read that part of the book of everything that he said once he finally opened up in the water.
Is that what I was really trying to do was effect some change in my life. I was really looking to becoming something else, you know.
That's awesome.
And what my desire to effectively implement change was stronger than and remain stronger than me being selfish, me succumbing to inaction, me succumbing to bad behavior. So I speak to it a lot. And we'll go into this a little later on down because I really that change aspect for me was super big. I mean, even after going through the process, like in my mind and achieving what we did, I went back just recently and restudied how I effectively implemented effective change in my mind. Yeah. So for me, and wow. I mean, I know that part of it was the most important part.
So being honest about, we were talking about honesty about who you are, who you're not. Yes. We were talking about being honest about what you want in relationships. And so in the water, when you read what he said, which I said, oh my God, that was a nice speech. But he was pouring out really in his mind what he wanted in a relationship. He had a picture of what a healthy relationship would look like even then. While I'm saying, nah, buddy, this ain't it. We're way too different, you know. But he had this picture of what this healthy relationship would look like. What would it look like if a man poured every ounce of love in his heart onto a woman?
Exactly.
What it would look like to other people, what they would see, what they would feel if that happened. And he was painting this picture for me of what this would look like if he just didn't keep any of the love to himself and just poured it all out on me. And it was overwhelming, but it was really, God was really giving him the mission of what this was supposed to look like. So it was honest, it was a self-reflection. He had done the work and he was ready to do this, commit to doing this. So baby, that was a good point. I don't think we're going to talk about that, but it was so good.
There's nothing wrong with building good practices that's going to drive you to great results. That's what I kept on thinking to myself. If I could focus on the main thing, keeping the main thing.
That's the main thing.
The results would be fantastic and great. And I just kept in that vein, and I stay in that
really
vein.
Did. You really do.
And the LoveByrds story is a testament to that. The LoveByrds story is a true testament to that.
Yeah. So that being honest about who you are, what you want, what you're willing to give up and what you're not willing to give up, you know, for the relationship was key.
That self-reflection, that deep dive, that deep inner dive to really, you know, bring out what's best in myself was key.
What changes you needed to make, because you realize that there are a lot of things that could not go with you into this becoming piece. We didn't know it would be what it is and how big it is and the whole lovebird thing, but willing to do what it takes to do to get there, the changes.
Challenging myself at every moment and every instant.
Guys, listen, we're kind of skating over some stuff, but I'm telling you, when we met, it was like, it was still, babe. It was some hard work. Listen, relationships take hard work. They take hard work. They take commitment. They take sacrifice. You know, I would say that, but at the same time, baby, it's been so easy for us.
Yeah, well, because it's easy once you know what you want. You know,
people say it's hard work, but but the reason
I can't say that it's easy, because
I would say because we
have
want
a different
the same
dynamic.
thing.
Yeah, when you want the same thing,
we want the same.
If you know, if you're working at the same thing, it's amazing what you're able to accomplish. You know, if I'm trying to build a square and she's building a circle, then. But if we're both trying to build a box and a square, we can probably come up with the best box ever. You know what I mean?
And when it came to our marriage, it was like, you know what? Listen, I'm telling you now, I'm not, you know how people get married, you know, just for better, for worse, for ups and downs. I'm going to say, you know what? I told him,
we're not getting married for the downs.
I'm in this for ups only.
She told me that. I was like, wow.
Listen, y'all.
That really sunk.
Y'all put ups only in the chat.
Put ups only. Yeah, listen. And
no, I'm not in this for the downs.
That's a good one. I forgot all about that.
I'm not in. Listen, leave me alone with the downs. I'm in this for the ups only. Not that, you know, I'm not naive. We will go through things. We have gone through things together. But when I say that, we're not going through no downs. We're not going to put each other through downs.
Yeah, exactly.
That we can,
that's,
you know,
putting each other through downs.
we're going to go through it, but we need to be together. We're on the same page. We're looking at the situation from the same team. That thing is the thing that's the enemy, not us.
Not us.
So how are we going to address that thing? We're on the same team. We're on the same team. So I'm in this up. So honestly, I'm telling you, I'm not going through downs. That was a part of being honest about what you want in a relationship, because you just leave me. You can miss me with downs. So yeah, better or for worse. Nope. I'm in this for the better. You know, and I'm not talking about, like, you know, materialistic and things like that. I'm talking about the oneness, the relationship, the teamwork.
I like the teamwork because the dream works. With the team.
So it's been beautiful. So when I say it's been easy, we have had some traumatic stuff going on, but we have been together. Nothing is more important than us keeping
the main thing.
So, I mean, no person, no family member, no job. Nothing is more important than keeping the peace that we have with each other and with God, and keeping it pure, the pureness. So everything else falls below that for us. So
we see so many relationships because suffer and fail, even in this short period that we've been together, because people didn't prioritize what their priorities were, like who their priorities were and what their priorities were. We've seen so many relationships fail because of, you know, not making the main thing, and that's that oneness in relationship. We get through this better together. I
gotta say, baby, you have been very good at keeping a pulse and being intentional. Like, you're big on the date nights and, you know, honey, put something on. I don't even know where we're going. I'll be home in about 40 minutes. I'm picking you up. You know, so you've been intentional about creating those moments, those date nights, those even home, like little simple stuff, guys. He may say, come out back. I'll walk out back. He didn't put some candles and pick the little flower. You know what?
But you appreciate it.
You would think.
You appreciate it.
You would think, honey. Yeah, but a lot of people
have an appreciation level for
from what I'm hearing. Word on the street, girls, what do you say? The word on the street is a lot of guys don't do those, like intentionally create those little moments, you know. So I appreciate you for that. I really do. I love it. I was like, it just takes a little bit of thought, a little bit of effort, not even any money, just to create those moments to keep it going.
So this is us, and I know a lot of this stuff, you know, it seems like, you know, well, we got this thing going on. It's kind of, you know, kind of worked out and everything, but we have some stuff that we put together that we could impart with someone else and achieving what we have achieved, if you know you're willing to do the work. And that's what we're going to be bringing to the table as we proceed and go along down this line. We're giving you a lot of the stuff that and how it works in our dynamic, but and not to say that everything that we're going to deliver is going to be for you or and your spouse or your significant other, but it will be some tips and strategies that we will be. The sessions won't be just like this, us talking about ourselves and about our relationship. It will be helping you along your path and your desire to achieve a greater and better relationship, becoming a better version of yourself in your relationship. So we just want to let y'all know we won't get on here all the time and talk about us, but we want to make sure that y'all feel our sincerity and feel our drive and our passion for what we're about to do, and bringing to you what we think is some really, really, really good stuff.
It is good stuff.
In establishing and maintaining a great relationship.
And couples have told us, guys, we read your book, we need a highlighter because there's some good stuff in there. So one of the things that we did when we told this story, how the class clown and the class president developed an extraordinary love in the LoveByrds story. Each chapter has his side of the story and my side of the story for every particular chapter. And then at the end of each chapter, there are some questions for you all. It's our story, but take a pause and ask yourself. So at the end of, I think, the second chapter, there's some questions. And one of them is, describe a time in your life when you had to be brutally honest with yourself and find the strength to make a change. So it's our story, but it's also a workbook for anybody who wants to continue to enrich their relationship or work on their situation or themselves personally, whether you're in a relationship or not. So hopefully you'll find some helpful tips and some tools in there. Somebody said, hey, I read this book. It's got a lot of cheat codes in it. So it really does. So we will be sharing what we've learned, what we've gone through, and realizing that everybody's different in a different place, but hopefully there's some nuggets in there that can help you.
There are
along the way.
There are some.
So, baby, when you
there's
mentioned
some
the word
boulders in there, y'all.
boulders, that's a nice boulder. What movie was it? Stop it, because you always been silly.
I'm sorry. But my wife's got poster boards up, man. I don't even know where to go, y'all.
All right, so
priorities.
So priorities. So
back to the
you talk about
at hand.
Priorities.
Oh.
I like the word priorities. We talked about nothing being more important than the relationship. Meaning selfishness falls below that, guys.
Priorities just cause you to re-examine what's important and what's necessary. So,
like who is your priority?
Priorities change.
What is your priority?
Priorities change. Seasons change. Priorities change all the time. So I'm always in this reevaluation. Like, what's the main priority? What's our priorities, right? How did we get there?
We talked about priorities because we talked about honesty and self-reflection. But when
talk about that today.
I don't know. That's what you said. Yeah, you did.
I did.
You said you wanted to talk about
yes.
Who is your priority?
What is your priority?
What is your priority? But for me, what does that look like?
Right.
So for me, this man was taking 1 hour every day to make me a priority. He was thinking about where we would go. So he would come and get me and say, hey, it's Crab Leg Tuesday over here. Or let's go for an ice cream cone. Or there's this pizza place.
So, I'm sorry.
Or you would pack a picnic in a blanket and say, we're going to the park. So he was giving some thought into his time with me. And that let me know that he really did value the time and value me. Time is precious to me. So that's why I was saying, listen, I don't have time to waste. We can get this done. I have no time. So he showed me that I was a priority through his actions and just putting some thought into it. And I could tell he was enjoying the time. So I felt like a priority. And even guys, listen, when we got engaged, he took me around to everybody and said, listen, everybody, let me tell you how this is going down.
This is good.
Let me tell you what's going down. It's whatever she wants, number one. And number two is whatever she don't want. So he let the family, the children, the cousins, he let everybody know, like, listen, things are different and I'm going to be different. And I was a little embarrassed by that. I was like, why are you saying that like in front of me? Like, I'm right here. That should be kind of behind me.
That's true, though.
But he established that up front. My wife is going to be my priority. You know what else you did?
What's that?
I just thought about this. Once we got engaged, I said, honey, I noticed something. Your profile picture on Facebook is always a picture of us.
Absolutely.
I mean, you weren't even putting a picture by yourself. One time, your profile picture was my picture. You weren't even in the picture.
That's the priority. You was the priority.
And I said, I noticed that, but you know what?
You were my passion, my pursuit, my priority.
You better talk that.
I had the appropriate attitude too. That was
talk
good.
That talk, yeah. Talk it.
She was easy, yo.
I was not. Yeah, God, I was stone faced. I was like, yeah, that was nice.
She was not easy. That's a lie.
Okay.
That is not a lie.
You like, well, God said I could have you.
But after I heard that, you became.
Listen, I talk to the man every day. That man ain't said nothing.
I had a lot of help. Once I
talked
to the man upstairs, I had a lot of help. Y'all don't even know.
But you don't see a lot of guys who do that. And I noticed that. I said,
wish a lot of guys would.
You don't see a lot of husbands.
I lost a lot of friends. A lot of guys stopped talking and calling me because
like,
listen to this, man. It's like, yo, man, I saw what you did for your wife. Now you got my wife. I got it. Y'all won't believe how many times I got that. Yeah. That was kind of I was getting people in trouble at first.
It was like, yo, man, the bar, you were putting the bar.
But I think, that kind of changed the mindset for a lot of people too.
You know what it also did?
What's that?
It was teaching people how to approach you, other husbands, and like, don't come to me with that. Guys,
true.
You know what I mean? It was teaching them a lot of things.
That was true.
But you were getting some slack.
Good. You already know.
Let me tell you what he did one day, y'all.
Don't listen. Don't listen.
Don't listen, Billy Bird.
Yeah.
I was on a business trip. And I come home from the business trip. He had to pick me up from the airport. Y'all, you know how you come up the escalator and you see everybody's sign that says like Taylor, Smith, Johnson. Y'all, if you could see this cute little face with this sign that says the most beautiful woman in the world and these red flowers standing at the top of the escalator. Lord have mercy. He was so cute. He was so proud of his little sign, little handmade sign. I said, look at you. Ain't this stuff?
That was fun, though.
Oh, my God.
That was so fun.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes. And so all the husbands was like, yo, man, you got a lot of slack from the husbands on that one.
I did. No, y'all think I'm joking, man.
Yo, man, my wife saw how you picked your wife up from the airport, man. She got on me, and you can't even get out the car.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
And he's standing with a sign saying, "Oh,
that was crazy."
But anyway, that's that thoughtful, intentional things that sometimes relationships they fall back from.
We can do it, man.
They stop doing. You know what I mean?
Not everybody.
And Billy Bird, listen.
I got some brothers out there that.
But I like how you come for the crown. You are the bar, and the effort.
Anyhow,
I appreciate the effort
no,
and the thought
no, listen, that's
that
one
you
of the
put into
drive
loving
because
me
you
out loud.
really, you speak it, and I appreciate that too. Yeah, because you really, I mean, Darlene is the best thing that ever happened to me. So there's no question. There's no question about that. Guys. I thought were we going to get lovey-dovey all on the screen?
We can lovey-dovey. Okay, we're supposed to be serious.
This is supposed to be serious and informative.
We're just having a conversation.
Absolutely. This is just conversation with the lovebirds.
Yes, we are having a conversation with the lovebirds.
Yes, and I hope this is our icebreaker. This is just to get you guys to kind of feel us, kind of feel how our dynamic, how we work with each other. We work with each other very easy. Listen to this. I remember when in the very beginning when Darlene, we were dating, and I heard her say, "You know what, Billy Bird?" She said it to me, and it was, I guess she kind of said it flighty, but she said, "But I like how I feel when I'm with you. You're kind of okay to be around." Oh, I took off with that. I took off with that. Yeah.
Meanwhile, y'all, I'm hard as a rock. I'm icy. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
She gave up a little bit too much in that one right there.
I don't know.
She like how she feel when she around me. Oh man, I took off running with that one.
And I want to say, the reason I was so stone cold, guys, and I would have missed my blessing, to be honest. I wasn't seeing it. But he was so different. I mean, I wasn't, he was just his lifestyle at the time for good reason, for whatever reason. We get into that later, we get into that in the book. But I mean, he was partying, drinking, smoking weed, doing, all the things that I didn't do. And I was like, and never did. You had like 30 years of it. So I was like, this ain't, it's not. But when we talk about priority and being willing to change, and identifying those things, you were honest, you did a self-assessment, and you decided to change. And when you were telling me, like, God
assessments are routine.
You told me, God told me, and I'm like, well, he hasn't said anything to me. But when you started talking like you wanted to be with me like forever and be my husband, I'm like, but Darlene's husband, your kind of history and behaviors, I'm not.
No, nobody would.
I'm not. It doesn't, and I came from an HR manager background, so I got the skills and the competencies, and I don't think you're matching up with these skills and competencies for the Darlene's husband job description. But you said to me, I've never wanted anything more in my life. I want this job.
Chuck, hit us with a couple comments.
I never wanted anything more I want this job. So your priorities and all shifted. You just stopped doing a lot of things.
I did.
Because you had a yes. I like to say this. Your yes was so big that you started saying no to all the other things that wouldn't fit.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, child, the yes. It was so big that you started saying no to the things that weren't going to fit to take you there. Stuff just started falling off. I want to be my.
Somebody
Fatima.
said this is a hallmark. Oh my God! This is our hallmark. Listen, this woman watches. You know what's on the TV in there right now? Probably some Christmas Hallmarks. Don't turn off the Hallmark.
Not in that room. Listen, Fatima, I love this. What did Fatima say?
Okay, let's do some comments.
She says, I want to be my best self.
Yes,
and absolutely. I want someone to bring things to my attention so I can be the best possible partner. Can I tell her?
Absolutely.
Can I say
Talk
this?
to her.
Fatima, that means that you're tender and you're willing to change. You're willing to do the assessment. And sometimes that stuff that we have to adjust came from baggage or bad relationships or history or whatever. But wanting to be the best possible partner was exactly where he was and where I was. And we weren't going to get into this today, but in the book, there was 4 questions. Because we wanted to be the best possible partner for each other, we did an assessment once a month.
Routine assessments.
Routinely. And it was 4 questions. And the 4 questions were, Billy Bird, what do you need me to do more of?
What do I need to
What you need me to do less of? What am I doing now that you need me to stop doing? And what am I not doing that you need me to start doing? Because I'm trying to get an A at being the wife that Billy Bird needs. Not anybody else, but that Billy Bird needs. And he would say, Darlene, what is it you need me to do more of, less of, stop doing that I'm doing, or start doing that I'm not, so that I could get an A at being the husband that Darlene needs, because we all have different needs and we're all different people. And Fatima, you got it right. You go into there with the attitude of, I want to be the best possible partner. I want all of Billy Bird's needs to be fulfilled in me. It's all right here. Yeah. And he wants to fulfill mine. And so we work that out. We serve like that. And if I'm putting him first and his needs, and he's putting me first and my needs,
we got it all covered.
It's all covered. It really is all covered. Guys, you just don't even know. We'll be out shopping or spend a day out. We come home. Guess what? Something's in my bag for who? And something's in his bag for who? Oh, I got you something. Oh, I got you something.
And a small thing. But it's just that willingness to fulfill the needs that she can't fulfill for herself. So, and the needs she can't fulfill, I can't fulfill for myself.
You better bring it. Boy, you better. Because at the end of the day, and being honest, listen, I'm good. I can take care of me and I can do, listen, when you coming into my life, you bring what I can't bring.
I was trying to keep up with the correct, but you guys, filling those holes. A lot of comments.
Oh,
I'm so thankful that you guys are interacting and commenting. Yes. And I'm so sorry that and I'm so sorry that, but boy, y'all was running.
Yes,
I was trying to get to, but y'all, here we go. Y'all got me tearing up watching this love story. Oh, Amy, thank you. Amy, you're so
all right.
I love her.
Building practices to achieve great. Exactly.
That's it, Kendra. That's it. That's it right there.
They got it, baby. Donna Crawford. Hey, Donna.
That's beautiful right there. Yeah,
Donna said,
I say that all the time.
That you call him by his entire Billy Bird.
Those, Kendra, those driving forces that drive you to to better and greater results. Those implementing those changes to get you to better results.
Derek Mosley said, "Teach, hey,
what's up?
Good to see you, bro,
brother-in-law. Yep. Hey, everybody, I'm listening. You willing to sacrifice that eye for we? I see that from you. That's big. That's big because, baby, tell it. We want to tell this story too. I want my wife. Well, as a matter of fact, let's do this. We're gonna go to a commercial. I'm gonna have Chuck bring up the commercial. We got some sponsorship. Let Chuck go to the commercial. Chuck, you know how to handle that for us. We're gonna go to commercial. We're gonna come back, stay around because we got some bird seeds we're going to impart on you guys to nibble off through the for the rest of the week.
Yeah, we're gonna leave with some bird seeds.
We're gonna leave y'all. We're gonna call them bird seeds. Listen, my wife said birds dropping. So I was like, baby, that's bird poop. So we're going to be doing bird seeds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Drop something on it so it's like bird droppings. We don't want them to have bird droppings. We need to give them bird seeds or something like that that can feed their spirit. So we got bird seeds. They're little nuggets. But we're going to come back. Chuck, give it to him, baby. We're back. Yeah, we just talking about something. Okay, where were we at?
So guys, we're back.
We're
So
back.
before the break, you wanted to share a
Yeah.
story. I don't know. I'm not sure what story it was.
Oh no, I want you to tell them the story about the sacrificing the eye for the weight, the big cakes.
Okay.
Because this is good.
Before we go there, that's kind of ties into our bird seed for the week.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go in there, just want to see if there's any questions that we can ask them for anybody.
Anybody have any questions? Yep. Because you guys were coming in with a lot of comments, but I didn't see any questions. Okay. What's up, Arnold? How y'all doing, man? I want to say hi to a couple people. Hey, Kendra, Fatima, Charles, of course, Izzy, how you doing? Great for you guys. Thank you guys for joining your Tanya Robinson. Good seeing you. Yeah. Cousin Brene, love you. Amy, of course, love you. My main man, Zolonzo Delane, what's up? Janine Taylor, good to see you out there. How you doing?
We love y'all.
Donna Crawford, hello. Well, we got some. Carolyn Burton, how are you? Talaya, there's my daughter-in-law, Talaya. How you doing? Good to see you. Troy Adams, how you doing? Okay.
All right.
Brother-in-law Derek James Hudson, cousin was happy.
So guys, we want to thank you guys. We have so much to share. We really do love, and we really do love people. And anything that we can do to kind of share our journey, we're an open book. And there are some tips and strategies that we'll share each week. We're gonna give you something, trying to give you some succinct nuggets, and some succinct steps and some applicable things that you can do personally and relationally. So we're going to share some of those in our conversations. We're open to questions, but we will also share some of the tips and strategies that are contained in here, some of what they call the cheat codes and things you want to highlight and do. So we've talked about healthy relationships a little bit. Some of the key things that came up, were about honesty and self-reflection. Priorities came up. And being willing to change. And so we want to leave you with this bird seed. I want to start by this story. I was talking to this young woman. She was about to get married and she was asking for advice. And she, she was a pretty solid person in her own right. She was marrying somebody else who was a pretty solid person in his own right. And so I used the story of trying to make a cake. And I said, you know what? You're like the butter when you're trying to bake a cake. And your fiance, he's like the sugar. Now, butter is good. Butter stands on its own. Butter makes things better. And sugar is good. And sugar makes things better. You wouldn't want a cake without the butter or the sugar. But if the sugar says, I'm not going to die to being sugar because I'm sugar. Hey, I'm all that. I'm sweet. I'm the bomb. I'm not going to die to being sugar. And if the butter says, I'm not going to die to being butter, do you know who I am? I'm butter. You'll never get to the cake. In order to get that cake and for that cake to be what that cake is supposed to be, the sugar has to die to being sugar for the sake of the cake. And the butter has to die to being butter for the sake. They got to die. They got to melt and they got to blend together because the cake is better than just the butter or just the sugar. You don't want to just eat butter. Well, my husband might just eat butter. You don't want to just eat sugar. But to get that beautiful cake, I like the good homemade crusty pound cake.
That butter got to die. That sugar got to die.
But to get to the cake, they both have to die because the most important thing is the cake. And when we said nothing is more important than our marriage and our relationship, that's the most important thing. So selfishness has to die. Anything that pride has to die.
Yes.
Things that make him uncomfortable have to die.
Yep.
All of that has to go so that you can have that healthy relationship, which is that pound cake. We just made a relationship into a pound cake.
Some of them you got to kill. You ain't got to kill.
We just made a relationship into a pound cake.
Some of the stuff you got to kill.
It got to go.
Some of it you got to just outright take it out.
Maybe you killed a lot of things.
Shoot it.
I just said, and over that 8 months, guys, we were married 8 months. After all this, you ain't the one. This ain't gonna work. But stuff fell off.
I know some of it came back, and then I had to,
You didn't even
because I
drink.
thought
You
I
drank
could overcome
non-alcoholic
it. But
beer. You didn't smoke weed. It's just stuff just fell off.
true. Mhm.
A lot of stuff had to die to get this cake.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, though.
Mhm.
It really is. It's a beautiful cake. It's good, y'all. It's good.
It's real good.
It's really good. It's a good cake.
Mhm.
It's a good cake.
But that all goes along to that thing, which is our bird seed is.
So our bird seed for the
week.
Our bird seed we're leaving you with for the week. Chew on this, guys, until next Wednesday at 8:30. Healthy relationship when you both determine to sacrifice the I for the we.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it's possible. Absolutely. It's doable. And if there's anything LoveByrds can do to help you, we'll help you. All right?
We can be happy about what we have. And that's fine. You want to be grateful and thankful for everything that you have. But I believe being happy, about getting happy about what I want. I like getting happy about what I want and being happy about achieving what I want, especially in my relationship and my marriage. So I'm like I said, I'm very thankful and grateful for what I've had and what God has done with us. But there's so much more that I want for us in our relationship.
It's a lifetime
improvement.
Yes. So in that assessment that I talked about, it changes. And what we need you to change and adjust, it changes. And guess what? Whatever he says, we have to do it. Little things, baby, I could use a few more kisses a day. I would love it if you would just check on me every once in a while. Just whatever it is, I need you to do more of, less of, start doing, stop doing, because we're trying to get the A at this thing. Absolutely. And if we weren't going to get the A, I don't even want it. I don't even want it. But if we're going to get married,
I'm getting the A.
Baby. Yeah. Get some extra credit. You know what?
Yes, and I'm denying myself daily. Absolutely.
And I'm so
for
grateful.
The sake of this.
I'm so grateful.
Yes.
But hopefully the LoveByrds story can help you. We look forward to sharing with you every Wednesday at 8:30. Please tag your friends, tell your friends, join us. We'll be right here every Wednesday at 8:30.
We got a couple questions.
Any questions before we go?
Let's go. Let's answer a couple questions.
Any questions for us?
Says, do we coach couples? Just couples. Actually, we do a little bit of both. Couple coaching, and we're kind of new to it. We're we're opening up that avenue. We've done some couples coaching. We've done some individual coaching.
Right.
I've had some individual sessions with some people.
Yep.
But no, we do both couples and individuals. Me and Darlene are also wedding officiants. We can marry people and we've been studying and getting,
we're going to be doing
that.
We're going to be doing premarital sessions.
Sessions. Yeah, we got premarital sessions coming up.
So individual life coaching as well as relationships, couples and relationships.
Now, Darlene has a greater background, especially in corporate training and leadership training. We got some stuff coming down the line, guys. Y'all can't wait till y'all see some of the stuff the LoveByrds about to do for real. God has been blessing us, and we're embarking on this journey, and we're swallowing it up.
We're just trying to be obedient.
We're receiving it, and we're open up to it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Amy, we do. We do other coaching other than couples and like I said, individual and some other stuff. Darlene's done some corporate stuff.
Yeah, I've done a lot around.
She's done a lot. That's her background.
Personal development, leadership development, corporate training.
Yeah, that's her thing.
I like improvement. I like getting better. I like people getting better.
I like that better.
Yeah, I do. I do. Let's all get better together. Let's going up to the next level. Let's level up.
We want to thank all of y'all for joining us.
Thanks again,
man.
guys.
Y'all gave us such a warm welcome, man. We really appreciate you guys coming out here and help us advance what we think is our mission, what God has imparted on us to encourage, ignite, and inspire people to better themselves and better relationships. So we really appreciate you guys coming out and being a part of this.
So
we want to thank again. We want to know one more time. We want to thank Feel Good Talk Radio and Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. You guys are fantastic, man.
Guys.
We love what you do. We wouldn't have wanted to do this anywhere else. I promise you, man.
And everybody who's tuned in, we hope it's been a great use of your time. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're the LoveByrds. We love people and we love love.